I'm still, after all the fights you've had, in awe of the fact that you do what you do. It's mind-blowing to me.
Thank you, man. Yeah. I mean, it's not that hard to get your beat, but it was a great experience. Like, I learned a lot in there. I can't really talk.
When the fight was first announced, you had said something to the effect of this would end Jake Paul's career. After what you saw tonight, do you think that Jake should continue to box, or what do you think the future holds for him?
Yeah, no, I really take my hat off to. I mean, we have to see if it is a broken jaw. Those injuries are very difficult to come back from. But as AJ said, like that last shot would have knocked out a lot of heavyweights.
Jake Paul has reportedly announced that he is stepping away from boxing after his brutal 6th-round knockout loss to former heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua in Miami. The fight ended violently when Joshua's right hand shattered Jake's jaw, leaving him with 2 fractures that required surgery. At just 28 years old, Jake entered the bout hoping to prove he belonged in real boxing. Instead, the loss raised serious questions about whether his career can continue at this level.
I won 2 rounds for sure, and then he won 2, and then I got dropped. But yeah, I was doing good. I just think my cardio, just the mental pressure of the big guy and sparring the big people is different than the 10-ounce gloves. So I was feeling his power a lot more. But it was a great experience. Like, I learned a lot in there. I can't really talk.
Are you in pain?
Yeah, but it's not from like talking.
Talk to me about what your jaw feels like, because you got
it's like a baseball in there.
two plates.
It just feels like
4 titanium plates.
4 titanium plates. How many do you have?
Just 1.
8 screws. 8 screws.
Wait. All right, I got plate in my head. Titanium.
According to reports, Jake Paul has privately admitted he is tired of taking heavy punishment in the ring. The Joshua fight pushed him to the edge. He was knocked down multiple times and suffered a double broken jaw, injuries that forced immediate surgery. Facing one of the most accomplished heavyweights in boxing history exposed the physical risks Jake now has to consider, fueling speculation that retirement may be the safest option.
From boxing, I'm getting hit in the fucking face every single day while I could be playing soccer in Saudi. I'm friends with the Saudis / football.
Back in the day?
I was on the A team in 7th grade. I have a really good kick. I can run fast, and I'll knock out everyone that with us. Please give me $1 billion.
Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn addressed the situation with a much more serious tone after the fight. Reflecting on his earlier warning that this bout could end Jake Paul's boxing career, Hearn said the outcome sadly proved his point. He explained that injuries like a broken jaw aren't just painful, they are mentally and physically difficult to recover from, especially for a fighter still learning at the elite level. Time away from sparring, fear of injury, and loss of rhythm can permanently change a boxer's future. While Hearn respected Jake's toughness, he stressed that boxing is unforgiving, and moments like this force fighters to question whether the risk is worth it.
When this fight was first announced, you had said something to the effect of this would end Jake Paul's career. After what you saw tonight, do you think that Jake should continue to box, or what do you think the future holds for him?
Yeah, no, I really take my hat off to. I mean, we have to see if it is a broken jaw. Those injuries are very difficult to come back from. But as AJ said, like that last shot would have knocked out a lot of heavyweights. And I know he went down heavy, but you know he was conscious on the floor. And I thought his game plan, although obviously very negative early on, which it had to be, was smart at times. And there were times where he held his feet and let his hands go. You know, it was a very one-sided fight. It was always going to be a one-sided fight. But you can't give him anything but credit and respect. There's a lot of negative people out there. There's a lot of people who want to criticise people. They're not doing what Jake Paul's done. He just went in with Anthony Joshua and gave it his best shot. Took a lot of punishment and ended the fight eventually.
Joe Rogan also delivered a serious warning after the fight. The UFC commentator urged Jake Paul to think carefully about his long-term health. Rogan explained that punishment like this doesn't end when the fight is over. Taking heavy shots from a full-size heavyweight like Joshua can cause lasting damage that affects memory, mental health, and emotional stability. Rogan described the knockout punch as carrying the force of multiple punches at once. His message was clear. Repeated trauma at this level comes with consequences that money and fame can't undo.
That guy did great for someone who's been boxing for like less than a decade. He has had no real professional opponents other than Tommy Fury that were legitimate world-class boxers.
I don't even remember what happened in the Tommy.
He lost a close decision, but it was a good fight. It was a good fight, though. He's a good boxer. If he wasn't a YouTuber, people would be way more impressed with him.
Yeah.
The problem is he was like a famous kid, and then no one took him seriously.
Yeah.
But
and then he started too with like more spectacle-ish fights. People were like, "Oh, this is you." He fought, Nate Robinson, like a basketball player.
But the thing is, he knocked Nate Robinson.
He knocked him the fuck out.
And it's the way he did it that I was trying to tell people. I'm like, no.
Adding more controversy, online chatter claims Jake Paul has suggested he might go on a steroid cycle to prove he was previously natural. The idea has not been confirmed directly and remains unverified. Critics say the claim sounds reckless and dangerous, especially given boxing's strict anti-doping rules. Supporters believe Jake is responding emotionally to years of accusations about his physique and power. Until Jake addresses it officially, most observers are treating the statement with skepticism.
I snort that I'm a cokehead. My rebuttal to that was, I'll tell you what, you can test me randomly for the next 5 years for if I can test you randomly for performance enhancing the next 2 years, and I never got a response on that.
This is why Jake Paul is on PEDs. Within this past year, Jake Paul has literally hit a second puberty and aged like 10 years. Furthermore, he has acne and his hairline is receding like crazy. And people like Jake Paul are going to the best skin doctors in the world and probably are taking hair loss products that aren't even approved for the rest of us. Now, I'm not saying that Jake Paul necessarily took a steroid to make him look bigger, but he's definitely taking something that allows him to recover faster. That way he's able to train more.
UFC legend Anderson Silva stepped in to defend Jake Paul, saying fans should respect him for accepting such a dangerous challenge. Silva pointed out that stepping into the ring with a former heavyweight world champion takes courage, regardless of the result. According to Silva, critics can no longer say Jake avoided elite competition. Win or lose, taking on Anthony Joshua proved Jake was willing to face real danger.
Respect him. I don't say that only because I'm fight here in a company, but it's because Jake, the people need to respect Jake, I mean, every single fight, go inside the ring, everybody needs respect.
The reality of that danger became clear in the 6th round. Anthony Joshua's right hand smashed into Jake Paul's face, breaking his jaw in 2 places and ending the fight. After the knockout, Jake was rushed to the hospital, where surgeons installed titanium plates on both sides of his jaw and removed damaged teeth. Jake later confirmed the surgery went well but said he would be limited to a liquid diet for about a week during recovery.
Give a monkeys about what anyone says because they sit at home, they're full of negativity. It's like the people that are negative towards someone like Jake Paul. Look at what he's done with his life. Do you know what I mean? So yes, it took AJ a couple of rounds to get hold of him and then he knocked him spark out and broke his jaw. It was a frustrating 2-3 rounds maybe because Jake was moving so much, holding, but did well, I thought. I mean, I was impressed with him. I mean, I was more impressed with his toughness because I think that last shot would have knocked out most heavyweights. I mean, you've got to respect him because he did what many people wouldn't do, which was get in the ring with him. And, he didn't, I know he run and hold, but he also let his hands go at times. And he was in the firing line and, we got 6 good rounds in the end of actual work.
Is that how you see it in the end?
Yeah, I actually think it's a positive because, we could have gone in there and got it all over with 45 seconds. He's done an 8-week camp, and now he's done 6 rounds. He's got something to go back and work on with a team, and onwards.
The brutal finish also shut down claims that the fight was scripted or fixed. Eddie Hearn strongly denied those rumors, reminding critics that the bout was a fully sanctioned professional fight, regulated by boxing authorities and tied to legal betting markets. He pointed to Jake's double jaw fracture and surgery as proof that nothing about this fight was fake.